Alright, looks like we're live, and I'm just going to double check everything's working on this end. Sorry for the noise on this end. Apparently someone's going in the garage. But hope everyone's having a good afternoon today. For some reason, I'm not seeing the live come up on the computer, which is weird. Ah, here we go.
Hi, I'm Nicole Huck.
All right.
From Sandy Hook.
I'll mute that while I'm talking. So I'll wait for a couple more people to join, but if you're watching the replay later, you can catch up that way too. This is What's Next Wednesday, and this is March 13th. I had to think of the date again. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going on the channel. We did a little video last week as well, but I wanted to do another one this week. Particularly, I wanted to talk to you about the Parkinson's 101 class, which some people expressed interest about, and I wanted to explain a little bit more about some details about that, and if you're interested in how to sign up for that. Something important to know is that what's really on my heart with this class is that I want it to be a really good thing, a good quality product for people. And you know, people are looking for information, people are looking for hope when it comes to Parkinson's disease. That's my sense. Having worked with the population that has Parkinson's for almost 12 years. And I want this product to be really good, and so that's why I'm going to be offering 25 slots in the class for free, because I want people to be able to try this out. I want people to be able to test the class, give me feedback on how they like the class, what they'd like to see improve. And those 25 slots are going to be available, and that's a full year of the class, because we're doing the classes once a month for 12 months. So it's not meant to be like a permanent membership model. It's just a class, but it does last about a year as far as how long we go through things. And those 25 slots are going to be available only until April 1st of this year, April 1st at midnight, so it's really March 31st for all intents and purposes. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about what to expect with the class itself if you're interested, and let me know in the comments in the chat while we're live if you're interested in learning about a little bit more, because I'm going to be talking about it a little bit today. And essentially, if you think about what this channel is about, you know, I get questions all the time in the comments about various topics related to Parkinson's. I get clarification questions on the videos that we're already doing. And so the idea that I have is that this class would be a way to be able to converse about it versus doing this watch a video, have questions, clarify the questions, wait on a reply. It would be a little bit more of a classroom because it's virtual, but I say that in quotations because it's virtual, but classroom type setting where we could have a presentation on a given topic, let's say for 30 minutes at the most, and then be able to talk about, I shouldn't say at the most, 30 to 45 minutes, but 30 minutes is kind of a lot. So 30 minutes and be able to talk about it with each other and have questions and answer. And I'm also hoping to have some people to join me in the classes if possible on specific topics so that we can really get to know a little bit more detail from certain experts. For example, if a topic might cover speech therapy topics, I'd love to have a speech language pathologist in the class with me to do that, to answer questions and to maybe even present some. But or a physician for medications or for research or for DBS or whatever the topic might be. My number one goal is to make this approachable, because Parkinson's disease is a very all-encompassing topic when it comes to the person's experience with it, how individualized it is. But I mean, even with general topics related to Parkinson's, it's huge. So just a vast amount of information. And you can't sit down in one sitting and talk about it. But over the course of time, you can cover quite a bit of ground. And so I want to be able to do that without having you feel like you're drinking through a fire hose. And that's what this channel is all about, is bite-sized, approachable versions of information about these topics. So that's basically what the class is about in a nutshell. It's going to be 12, like I said, 12 sessions once a month. So we'll meet once a month for about a year, and then going through all these topics. So essentially starting from the beginning of kind of the disease process, untangling the web of all the things we're going to be talking about in the future classes. We'll talk about motor symptoms, we'll talk about non-motor symptoms, we'll talk about more detailed versions of that as we go along. I've got some summaries here. So we'll talk about exercise and why that's important in Parkinson's, the actual science behind it, and why it's recommended. It's recommended a lot, but is there a why behind the recommendation? That's another example. Talking about medications, and we'll probably just do one presentation on medications rather than multiple videos, and kind of cover each medication type and a little more detail about that, kind of like we did in the series on the channel, except in one session. Or in 2 sessions. We'll see how it flows. We could talk about the stages of Parkinson's, cognitive changes, sleep disturbances, breathing problems, and then therapy and group programs. These are just kind of suggested topics that I have in mind that we could even cover even more than this. But that's initially what I think we're going to talk about in each, one class at a time. So let me know if you're interested. I had someone express interest in the last live that we did where I talked about the class. I don't know if those people are going to be here, so I'm going to assume they won't see this. But even if they do, well, I'll put a link in the other video description. But in the description of this video, there's a link to sign up for the class for 100% free for that entire class for a year. And again, my goal is to test this out and to make it a really good product, so that if it is a paid product, it will be really ready to go. So you can give me feedback, good or bad, on what you like about the course, what you like to change about it, and so forth. And 25 slots, actually there's only 23 left, so try to get on that as soon as you can if you're interested. While we're on the live, I'll go ahead and drop a link in the live chat, and and get you the access to that. And then right after we talk about that, I want to mention briefly what's going on in the video that's coming up, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. So I just dropped the link in the chat live there, and if you're interested, you can check that out. It takes you right to a page where you can sign up, and the coupon should be applied already, so you don't have to enter that again. But if you do, just enter all caps beta free 24, and that's it. So briefly, I want to talk about the next video, and it's the last video in the series on medications, purposes, and mechanisms, and it's going to be about levodopa. Of course, we have to cover levodopa. That's the gold standard medication. And like I said, that's going to conclude the series because we've really exhausted the list of all of the current medications that are out there and available. And levodopa is important to understand kind of how it works, and also possible side effects of that medication, because I'll just say briefly here, the levodopa can actually make symptoms worse if it's overprescribed or prescribed in higher doses than it should be. That may require adjustment by the neurologist, titrating it down, less frequency, smaller doses, etc. And so that's covered in the video. It's somewhat, but it's mostly just straight side effects, the purpose of prescribing it, and so forth, just like the title suggests. So that's going to be coming up in 2 weekends, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday, which is, and I just blanked on the date, but anyway, Saturday after this coming Saturday week. But that's all I'm going to say in this video. Again, check out the link in the comments or in the chat to have access, or in the description of this video, to go ahead and secure your slot for the class, and it's only going to be available at that free price for it's a trial. So I'm not even selling this class right now. It's just a trial, and it's just a beta test essentially, and a way to make it better for the future. So, but if you want to sign up for that, it's available, and like I said, there's 23 slots left out of 25, so don't wait too long. And I'd love to see you in the class. We're going to do it as a Zoom meeting, so we can be face-to-face and actually have a conversation as part of the presentation each time. So look forward to that a lot, and I appreciate you watching today live, and let me know if you were here live or replay, either way, and I look forward to seeing you in the next What's Next Wednesday. If anybody has any questions, I'm about to jump off here, but be happy to answer them in the comments later, or direct message or whatever. So thanks for being here again, and I'll see you next time. Be empowered. Have a great afternoon.